was at one of the local community colleges, and I was studying for the certification and doing nutrition and all that kind of stuff. And it was literally like, no joke, it was my first workout. I'm about a year sober, and I do a baseline test, and I can remember I finished in 7 minutes and 14 seconds, and I'm just like covered in sweat, and I was like, oh, I get it. I love it. I was like, yep, I know what I'm going to do.
Welcome back to the Hopeaholics Podcast. I'm your girl, Natalie Eva Marie.
And I'm Chad Carlson, and you're listening to the #1 addiction and mental health podcast.
And you guys, if you or a loved one is struggling, make sure you head to askevamarie.com or chaddick.com and chat with one of our AI companions 24/7.
Or text the number right here on the screen.
Together, we are breaking the stigma around addiction and mental health.
And fighting the fentanyl epidemic.
Now, let's get into the episode.
Robert and David, welcome to the Hopeaholics Podcast. Just a little booger. Right, this one right there. Want to get it?
Ew.
That's how we start our podcast. Welcome, guys, to the Hopeaholics Podcast.
Thank you for having us on, man.
It's our pleasure, honestly.
I know a lot of people must be intimidated. We kind of were too, right?
Really?
You know, I talk in front of a lot of people, and so does Rob, and we were coming up in like the last couple hours. I was like, yep, it's happening. It's here. And then we came up here, man. You guys are so chill and welcoming. It's definitely a warm welcome. We appreciate it.
That's how we hope because we actually we have actually had guests come on that are really nervous. Yeah. And I was nervous the very first episode, which nobody will ever see because we messed up on the audio. We forgot to turn the audio off on the cameras, and we had the mics going at the same time. So it is our best podcast that will never be released. It was with my daughter. We talked about Justin, and, it was raw. It was real. It was the first one. Yeah. But I guess God didn't want that one out there.
For sure.
I was really
Can I say I'm nervous? Like, am I the only one? Apparently I am, but.
Nervous?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, so I've been nervous. Yeah. I've sat in the seat petrified. Not, and so that's why I've always wanted to make it a warm welcome for people and, get the people to relax, because the more you get to relax, the more you get comfortable. It's nothing. It's just a conversation.
Yeah, totally. No, you guys have been fantastic. I'm just always an anxious, nervous wreck. So
I think it's okay though. I think like nerves is good.
Well, that's why I'm
to a degree.
You remember the movie Armageddon, where he's like, I'm like 80% terrified and 20% excited, or is it 20% terrified, 80%? I can't tell the difference.
Yeah,
it's like that's what I tell my wife. I'm like, I think I'm really excited.
Well, that's the thing
really
though,
nervous.
is that your brain doesn't know the difference.
Right.
So like your excitement, you can, or if you're nervous, you can channel it as excitement.
Yep.
And like your body or your
choice.
Brain is literally doesn't know which one is which because they're the same.
I'm excited.
So it's like whichever one you kind of.
And believe it or not, both her and I, we do public speak, and she has wrestled in a bikini, basically, in front of 120 screaming, cheering and booing fans.
You forgot 1,000.
Huh?
120 sounds like 120 people.
120,000, yeah.
That's a big difference, dog.
WrestleMania.
Plus the TV though.
At WrestleMania,
millions of people.
Yeah. So, but nerves like this, we get nervous doing this.
We get nervous like when we go public speak. We started because I blew it one time, not the whole thing, but I blew the first 5 minutes. We pray before we do anything.
Sure.
And like this podcast, we however God wants it to be is how this ends up. Emily, I do want to say that Emily does a really good job at putting together information on you guys.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice.
I was gonna wonder if you guys knew who we were, or like. Do we just wing this?
We wing it.
Right.
No,
let me just check out your guys' Instagram. Okay.
I mean, we do that a lot of times.
Right.
Doo-doo. She said doo-doo. Why are you saying doo-doo so much? Because you don't have to say that. You guys know that? You don't have to say that second do.
We do that.
You can just say, we do that. You don't have to say we do that.
It's funnier. Definitely funny.
Wait, but circling back to like the nerves thing.
Okay.
So I think when it comes to something like this, as opposed to like him bringing up like a WWE performance or something like that, that's a whole character. Yes, it's like nerve wracking and stuff.
This is real.
This is
yeah.
like real, your real stories about you
Yeah.
where the mask comes off. So like even when we talk about whether it's the podcast or our own recovery stories or the treatment facilities, it's so much heavier because one, it's our actual like real life, but then on top of that, if we're talking about like the treatment facilities and things, it's like also heavy because we care so much and want to do so much and want to not shit the bed basically by expressing the immense like love, gratitude, and all the things that come with that. So I think that's why the nerves are even more elevated
100%.
because there's like so much more meaning behind the conversation as opposed to, you know, having a script or having something where you just go out there and hopefully, you know,
Right.
you kill it. But
Right. Hope I don't slip up like I told David in the hotel room. Like, hope I don't say anything like politically incorrect or
there is
you know.
no such thing. Not in this day and age.
We
Who
we
cares?
are politically incorrect
All the
around
time.
here.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's all I need to hear.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah,
just
exactly.
be yourselves.
Totally.
We've got the younger generation over there to you know, tweak anything
For sure.
If,
Okay, good.
if we derail, we've only had to actually bleep one or two things this entire time, and I don't remember what it was. But
Challenge
I don't
accepted.
oh no, it was honestly
go
it wasn't even that. One of the guys said, "Can you take out this part because I didn't realize I shouldn't have been talking about this biker gang."
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I just needed you to take that out. Other than that, like it's been pretty chill.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you guys connect? How did you guys meet?
So I could
You
take.
came to me, so
I came to
you
Rob.
can tell. You can. Tell
I went looking for Rob.
Yeah.
So you want me to take it back a little bit
Yeah.
before that? Yeah. So I grew up in New York.
If you can't tell.
If you can't tell, I just have to let everybody know. Right? Had an amazing home, right? Mother, father, both there. Very close. Mother, nurturer, loved us. Father worked his ass off. So very two opposites, right? And I had my little brother, and we were inseparable growing up. But when I went to school, I was very overweight, man boobs.
Wow.
Got
What
my-
was this?
my little? I used to get like flicked in the hallway, right?
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
that, and
yeah,
it would-
yeah.
yeah, dude, it destroyed my self-confidence. Get picked on, bullied all the time, but when I went home, I was safe. So instantly, I needed to. People were aggressive, right? I needed the aggression to stop. So young age, snuck back in the medicine cabinet, cough syrup. I remember like 8 years old. I was like, this is helping. Snuck back in about 12. I joined my first gang. 12 years old. I went out. I said, I'm tired of getting picked on. Shoes stolen, all these things. I need to kind of give it back a little bit, right? That helped. Everybody left me alone. But with that, right, violence, more drugs, started selling, and that just kind of took off from there. Got kicked out of school, had to switch schools my 11th grade. During that time, worse and worse, you know, getting caught by the parents, having to kind of make it not as serious so they felt comfortable. I just wanted them to feel safe. I got in a bad car accident and broke my collarbone. We hit a tree going like 110 drunk, right? My door, smash right into the tree. I was already stealing drugs from my dad. He pain pills, right? So doing that, and during that same time, my little brother tried to commit suicide. So I came home. We couldn't find him. There was a letter, and in that letter, it said we had just gotten into a fight. So we put my name in the letter, and it hit me. He tried to commit suicide, and I was just like, I can't be here. Luckily and unluckily, my father had left at the same time, divorced my mother, moved back to Arizona. So I said, you know what? I'm going to come with you. I got to get out of here, give him some space. Came to Arizona very quickly. I had my little girl. So I have a 13-year-old girl now. She is my world. And I told her to watch this so she could hear me talk about her. Right? Her name is Gianna. She's my world. I said she's going to save my life. It's all I'm going to need. I was alone out here, not really knowing what to do. A lot of money from the car accident, which no young kid should have. They came out here very shortly after. I was alone, just my kid. My brother did kill himself. So they came and followed. Cops called. I was trying to find my brother, find him, and I'm holding my 3-year-old at the time. Cop told me, they said, we found his body, and, he's gone. So at the same time, I'm holding my kid. I can't express how I feel. I had to give it to my grandmother, and then I had to call my parents and tell them, hey, we just lost my little brother. And that destroyed me. I was already, the drinking, the pills, a little bit of coke here. It was okay, and things were slippery. But as soon as that happened, it was right to fentanyl, right to meth. Lost my cars, my trucks, my motorcycle, my apartment, and on my grandma's couch, pretty much. And everything just went downhill. I was broke, and I couldn't take care of my kid, and I was I was a hot mess. I didn't know what to do. Shortly after that, they said, we're gonna tell your kid's mom how bad you are. She's never gonna let you see your kid, and you're gonna be homeless any day, right? So, me, I'm like, I'm not a drug addict. I don't know why you guys are thinking in denial to the last second. Everybody's bank accounts are wiped out, everything's missing. They're taking their purses into the bathrooms to go pee. It was nothing. And I said, I lost everything. Massive collections. Nobody would speak to me. I was going to lose my kid, and I was so terrified. She was going to see her dad walking down the street and say, that's my dad, right? Because that's the road I was on. I got back into guns, stealing cars, everything possible. Just like I was a kid, I needed to feel safe and protected, so I did the same thing. Finally, I checked into rehab, but the first, 90 days, I was like, cool, I'll get sober so I can start selling dope again. This is a genius idea, right? I'm gonna fix everything. I was out of shape. As soon as the drugs wore off, I looked in the mirror. I was like, I thought I was hot shit. You know what I mean? And then they wore off, and I was like, wow, you're 270 and you look ran down. You know what I mean? I was like, where did this come? I remember looking at the bath, but I was just like, oh my goodness. So, worked my ass off. Went through the treatment, worked to get an apartment, a car, and I was working in behavioral health as most do, working 70 plus hours a week, but I was working out as much as humanly possible because I had control over nothing. Only thing I had control over was that, and I'll be honest, working out at first, I was like, I'm getting high. I feel high again. And I was like, this is the only thing that brings me back to what's familiar. Let me run with this. And I'm in my apartment, and I never accomplished much my whole life. But once I got sober, I just had this, I could take over the world with donation shoes on, hopping on a bus with a cricket phone, right? I said, but I could take over the world. I'm in my apartment all fired up, and nobody knew I was there, right? I'm pacing back and forth. I was like, nobody knows I'm in this bitch. Let me go out and start looking for people. So I'm door knocking, emailing, Chamber of Commerce, everywhere. I have this idea, but I just like to work out. I'm sober, right? This is all I got. And I'm driving home, and I said, let me see if I need something from Target, running there. And I ran into an old friend, right? Very just, whatever brought us together that day. She said, there's a place called the Barbell Saves Project. You have to check it out. I said, they're already doing it? I said, cool. Got the number, met him, but I showed up there with a pen and paper. What do I have to do? It's an interview. He wants to work out. I was not ready. I just want to work for you, man. He goes, you know anything about CrossFit? I said, no, but I'm really in shape and I'm sober. He goes, all right, well, come to a class. And little did I know, the warm-up kicked my ass. Right? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm like, why is nobody else dying here, And I wanted nothing more but to be around him, what he was doing, what he was creating. And I had a full-time job. I changed my schedule around. I changed my life around to shadow him and be there every minute he was there. If he was there at 6:30, I was there at 6:25 waiting for him. He goes, I can't pay you. I said, I didn't ask for you to pay me, dude. I said, I just want to be here. Did that for about 5-6 months until finally he goes, you're doing it. You want to coach a class and be a part of this? Wow. And, and I tell everybody the support and guidance that he gave me that day when I had nothing embodies the whole entire idea of what the Barbell Saves has to offer, right? For every single client member that comes in there, it's the same exact attitude I got from Rob that day. And that was about 4 years ago. And we've been like that ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild. So, what's your sobriety date?
September 17th, 2019.
2 days before my birthday.
I know. I heard you downstairs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Was that your first time in treatment? Or
Yeah.
had you tried prior?
My mom dropped me off somewhere when I was like 17 because, you know, she picked me up. I was passed out a planter somewhere in front of like an outlet store and tried to jump out the car door, you know, and you know, just typical shit like that, right? And she dropped me off like a day program. And I'm outside. I had a car. I remember everybody walking past, like, you should roll up your windows. There's drug addicts around here. And I was like, yeah, your story's a lot worse than mine. I don't belong here. So I convinced myself I didn't have a problem. But once I got into treatment that time and went through the 90-day inpatient, then the sober living after, I was like, I did all this work. It's been almost a year. There's no way I'm going back. So it was my first and last time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
How old were you when you started?
29.
In 2019?
Oh, 2019. Yeah, I was 29. And then I'll be 6 years, obviously.
Nice.
A couple weeks.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
I love that.
So you started Barbell Saves Project?
I did.
For how
Guilty.
long ago?
Guilty?
Barbell has been around since like 2018,
Okay.
but it's been a nonprofit community service agency, which is our designation in Arizona, since 2020. So before, like you guys, before it was a thing, it was a thing. Like I was running free community classes for people in recovery out of my CrossFit gym. So I had a small, unsuccessful startup CrossFit gym, and I had all these hours available. I'm going to lunchbox meetings at noon, and I'm sitting around. It like it hits me. I'm like, hey, you guys want to go work out? Like I have a gym. Like, you know, like I'm not like sharing this kind of shit. And it just hits me. I'm like, dude, do you guys want to go work out? And 3 of the guys were like, yeah. And then I bring them there and they're like, dude, this is amazing. And I'm like, right. I'm like, okay, well, you guys can come every day if you want to. And the next thing you know, right, like I'm running 3 classes a week. It's filling up. There's like 12, 15 people. It's super fun. It grows to 11 classes a week, and there's like 50 people involved. Treatment centers bringing people over. Their peer supports are coming and getting involved in it all, and it's not a nonprofit or anything. And my wife, who's the responsible one, she's a normie, and she's like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, you should focus on the business. We're not making any money doing that. And you know, and honestly, I'm like, I think this is what we should be doing. This seems like it's what is needed, right? It's like they say, like, you gotta identify a need. And I'm like, dude, there's a big fucking need for this, dude. I'm like in all these 12-step groups, I'm doing retreats, I'm doing all this shit, and I'm like, dude, we are not fucking healthy. Like we're not using physical fitness or wellness as a means to bolster or supercharge our recoveries, and it just seems like such low-hanging fruit. So, you know, instead of like shitting on everybody, I'm like, dude, let's do this. Like, let's start like the Barbell Saves Project. It's just going to be geared for people that are in recovery, you know, absolutely free. Doesn't cost them $1. Wow. And I did that for like 2 years. Before one of the members of my gym, it was a CPA. He was like, you should become a nonprofit. And I was like, I'm not fucking do that. So he helped me go through that process. And yeah, we took it from there. I mean, obviously it's going to grows tremendously from there. But yeah, back to the like David said, I mean, that's just really what it still is even to this day. It's that focus on prescribing, if you will, you know, physical fitness as a foundation, community and physical fitness kind of as a foundation for everything else. And so what we are is, as a nonprofit, is we have a beautiful 7,000 square foot gym.
Wow.
You know, much like the space that you guys have downstairs.
Yeah.
Which is
Big.
Freaking rad.
That ain't no little box anymore.
No. So we still had our CrossFit gym, and then we through just one miracle after another, and one incredible person to come into my life after another. I mean, it just took a series of incredible events to get to the point where one of our state's like largest treatment called Community Medical Services, the owner of that company said, you're working with all my clients, you're working with my staff. I think what you're doing is super cool. Why don't you come back here in a year? I'm actually opening up another location right by your gym, and it'd be cool to see you have your own space. And that's a big day for somebody like me. I'm making like 20 grand a year. And I'm like, I go home to my wife. I'm like, dude, this fucking dude just like, I think he just said like, if I come back in a year, he's going to help me build our own Barbell Saves gym. And true to his word, just an incredible man of integrity, calls me back up in a year and he goes, hey, how we doing? How's it look? I was like, well, I'm a little nonprofit. You know, I got things are happening. He's like, let's build a gym. So we do. And with his help, we were able to then start the Barbell Saves Project community service agency. And yeah, we've got classes in the morning, like 5:30 a.m., 6:30 a.m., 7:30 a.m., and then in the afternoon, 4:30 and 5:30. So that runs 5 days a week. Plus we do friends and family. Anybody can come in. Now this is just for people that identify as being in recovery. 48 hours or more of like, you know, proclaimed sobriety.
Sure.
We don't drug test anybody or anything, but
Yeah.
you know, you can tell.
Proclaimed sobriety.
Yeah. It's like,
you don't want
I can't
somebody
check.
loaded like throwing up a barbell. So
Nah.
you need.
It's yeah.
I needed closer to 10 days of sobriety before
For
I was
real.
touching anything.
We had a couple come in and he goes, dude, I'm sober. And I'm looking at him just like picking his face off. And I'm like,
How are you?
yeah, I want to believe you.
Yeah.
But when you break your neck, I'm the one
Totally.
running it, right? I was like, just not today, brother.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Come back tomorrow. Never
So
saw.
you're in recovery yourself?
Yeah, I'm 13 years.
13
a little over
years?
13 years.
He's
July.
got more time. He's got the time at the table right now, huh? 13.
A little taller. A little taller.
Huh?
What's your date?
July 16th, 2012.
Okay, so you just turned.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And my birthday's August 1st, so I just had a birthday. And
Oh,
a
wow.
Birthday, yep.
Nice. Congratulate. Drug of choice?
I was a trash can, but
Wait,
yeah.
I got some info right here. Which guy is Rob? You're Rob.
I don't know. It depends on what drugs you're.
I see some.
It's a fun game.
Meth. Some. No, wait. Somebody had a psychotic break from bath salts.
That's me.
Xanax and meth.
Yep.
Arrested after striking an officer while handcuffed.
That's not me. Do I look like the type? This is why I didn't get in trouble. So David said, it's like why I don't get in trouble. It's like I would never.
Never.
But no.
But on bath salts, Xanax, and meth.
I would.
Oh yes.
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, the bath salts alone, you might,
Yeah,
but
sure.
meth and Xanax, you will for sure. Like, I mean, those are my drugs of choice. Meth is my main drug of choice.
Yeah.
But I love any benzodiazepine because I like to stick the stuff in my veins, and
Yeah.
then I go so high I need to level out.
Level out.
That was my game, right? It was
that
always
balance.
the game. It's like, and that
You
was
guys aren't good at the game.
Xanax
we
was
lost.
not good
Yeah,
with
we
the game.
lost.
Though.
Game over.
Valium worked much better with the game. Xanax would put me into a blackout, and then I would just fucking hide shit, do shit that I don't remember.
right.
Yeah.
The only time I ever blacked out, I'm not like it because I don't really like. Yes, alcohol is a drug. I'm from that program, but I never really had a problem with alcohol. So because I never drank, right?
Right.
So I've never had an alcoholic blackout except
Right.
for once, and I was like 14, I think. But Xanax made me black out
Every time.
every time,
Every time.
every fucking time.
100% of the time, it worked every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was definitely the garbage disposal. So like my first drink ever was 8th grade, and I drank a bottle of gin, and I blacked out. No matter what, like I was there because I'm a little bit older, you know, I was like the stoner kid that did acid and shrooms.
Yeah.
I was like a skateboarder in high school, but I was also kind of a jock. I blended in really well with whatever crowd. I could be your guys' friend and your
Yeah.
friend. I could go with his gang friends, and they'd be
Sure.
like, "That dude's fucking funny," and like
Yeah.
that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
I'd fit in with everybody.
I can
And-
relate.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Big time.
then when we got into like the rave scene and wore like plastic pants and like fucking pacifiers, and
Yep.
I was like, cool, let's do that. We did ecstasy, and not to glorify this stuff. Absolutely not.
It was fucking amazing. I'm just kidding.
God, the 90s were great. No, I'm kidding. I just jumped from whatever was the hot drug of choice of the time, and whatever the group is that I was with, I abused that substance. And I was the one that used the most and the most frequently and the most,
Did any of them people tell you might have a problem?
I went to my mom and dad. I mean, best, like, salt of the earth. They've been married like 700 years. My brothers are both really successful, beautiful families. Same, all of that. Very similar to David's experience. But so they didn't know what the hell to do. They bring me to therapists in high school, and they're asking me questions like, and maybe people can relate to this. It's like, how often do you drink? And I'm like, I'm a fucking high schooler. Drink, I don't know, 5 days a week. Well, how often do you get blacked out? I'm like, 2-3 nights a week. You're an alcoholic. And I was like, oh, okay. Leave that meeting. Tell my parents. They think I'm an alcoholic, right? And my parents come from, at least my dad comes from an abusive alcoholic home where it was really ugly, right? Like the alcoholism there with like 9 kids.
The stage 4.
Old school alcoholism, right? And stage 4 alcoholism. So here's this high school quarterback, kid who's really popular and outgoing, and this therapist is telling me my kid's an alcoholic. He's like, that's not a fucking drunk.
Right.
You've never seen a drunk before. That's just a kid. That's a kid doing kid shit.
Yeah.
So normative beliefs, like my folks had it and I had it because the 100 friends that I associated with from all the different high schools, all the jocks, all the skaters, then she just said that they're all alcoholics, right? By default, which now in hindsight, she was right? Like that time period, man, there was an epidemic already, like within the systems that I was a part of. And in my circles, we've lost, upwards of probably 50 of us to overdoses and addiction. It just ran wild. Oxys and that came on right there, early 2000s, and that killed us. That really rocked us in our area, and I was a part of that too.
Where'd you grow up?
Phoenix. Glendale, G-Town.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I got labeled alcoholic multiple times.
Yeah.
But dismissed by the folks as just being normal kid stuff. But it just always was like, DUIs, blacking out behind the wheel, driving through a living room, but not going to prison for it for whatever reason. I had all these consequences that just failed to catch hold until, like David, it was just a progressively worse and worse spiral into it all. And that was just in my high school years. By the time I get to young adulthood, my identity is trapped up in sports. I was a really good baseball player. I played in the Little League World Series and shit.
Oh, no way.
I was a junior Olympic baseball player.
Yeah, somebody was just saying that they did too. I think Wade.
Yeah, Wade's
played
story.
In the Little League or the World Series for the.
Oh, hell yeah.
Was it Wade?
I think so.
He was the one that the heading that said athlete.
Yeah, it just came out yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched it.
You did?
Good.
Oh, nice. Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Up this morning, staring at the screen, trying to watch.
What do they do? How do they do this?
What
Yeah.
questions
Well,
are
see,
gonna ask
What are they gonna ask me?
Well, here's the thing, though. All of our podcasts go different because we do it based on the guests, no protocol. I'd have to go back and kind of watch Wade's episode to remember how it went. Cause sometimes an episode goes where, we say a couple goofy things at the beginning and next thing you know, we're silent for the next, 45, 50 minutes.
For sure.
Well, the guest just goes.
For sure.
Some of them just go,
Yeah.
which I don't enjoy. I shouldn't say that. Can I say it?
No.
You already did.
Cut it out.
Yeah.
Cut that.
I enjoy a conversation because I think podcasts are conversation.
Right.
But if it works that way, that's what's meant to be because some people probably enjoy just hearing a raw story.
Absolutely.
Somebody who's listening.
Yeah.
Dude, the whole point
Yeah.
behind this podcast is every episode we save a life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody's hearing something.
one.
Just one.
Yep.
Holding on for another day.
Yeah.
One day. And I can truly tell you that if I can go over to our requested DM, it's gnarly.
Yeah.
people are like telling us all the time, like, dude, I actually detoxed myself binge watching your episodes. And I'm like,
This episode is brought to you by Wolfpack Bags. This gear is meant for anybody, gym, lifestyle, to anybody that's on the move. I mean, I like to say that us here and everybody that tunes in, we're not average. We're always a wolf. They have all the goods that you need, especially for anybody that is looking for a bag to carry their meal prep, a lunch pail, anything like that. They have you covered. So once again, go to wolfpack.com, use the code Hopeaholics, save 10%, and join the pack.
that is everything to me.
That person's out there right now.
You know,
Yeah.
cause like I got into this world because I shouldn't be here, right? I should have died in a car accident. And I didn't, and God left me here, and then he gave me a beautiful baby, and and that beautiful baby is 25 years old almost, and she'll be mad if I say she's 25 years old, she'll be 25 in December, but she's the same one that found the love of her life dead from fentanyl.
Right.
You know, so like everything, and I say this often, and I say it to her face, and she hears me when I say it, but she is the reason that for everything that's good in all of our lives, like not just my life, but like my family's life, my kids' life, my wife, like, you know, my employees, because I wouldn't have done any of this had she never been born.
Yeah.
Because I had that moment of clarity the day she was born, and it hasn't been anywhere near to perfect.
Right.
But it gave me enough to say that maybe there is a God, and maybe he doesn't hate me, and maybe he has a different path for me than to just stick a needle in my arm and destroy people's lives and destroy my own. I mean, it was one thing when, you know, when you're an addict, you're so selfish. What do you fucking care? I'm destroying my life.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yep.
Oh.
But you're not. You're destroying everybody's life around you, and the people that love you are dying inside because you're being selfish.
Right.
You know, and like, I love what you guys are doing. Like, I did this, I got into this business, and the place I worked for were very unethical, and they were doing terrible shit. And I was like, I can't do this. I just want to have a little tiny 6-bed treatment center. So I went to my dad, and then I said, hey, can you help me put together a business plan, and let's try to open up a little 6-bed treatment center. I know how to get the clients, which is the biggest deal, right? When this business is, how do you fill the beds?
Right.
Yep.
Because you could have we could put together the best clinical team in the world, and have the most beautiful facility in the world,
An empty bed.
and empty beds.
Yep.
Yep.
It's that fine line. You see the treatment centers, they start with a purpose or a passion, right? They get selfish, and you have these fantastic, beautiful homes and all the amenities and 2 people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
see it every day. Yeah.
You got to get out there, however that is. I mean, today I feel like, you know, we're more blessed than we ever have been. It's just that our industry is in the stone age, because they don't realize that you can get on social media, that you can talk, that you can build a brand, that you can build a personality, you know. And I was starting to do those things, and all these things, like I told you guys earlier before Natalie got here, is like God's been the CEO, and, you know, then he put this amazing woman in my life to, you know, help me with my personality and with this brand, the Hopeaholics.
Yeah.
And because she was already a brand.
Right.
Like, how dope is that?
Right.
She didn't come in like building a brand. But she had built her brand for 12 years.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
It's funny, the branding thing doesn't come up much in the treatment world, and that's something that, again, like I'll just call myself this naive newcomer, right? Like the outsider who I don't play by the rules because I don't really know them yet.
There
so-
ain't no rules.
right, and I'm like, I don't understand why all the largest. I'm like, you're not brands though. Like you're
not a
No
brand.
one knows who you are.
Yeah.
and this is all about awareness. Like if you want people to get off of fentanyl and not die tomorrow, like they need to be aware of how they can get help. And that's, you know, when my parents were trying to find help, they couldn't. It took them years, right? One is a little bit of like that fear to ask for help.
Yes.
But again,
Stigma around it.
yeah, but if there was, you know, a brand, if something was like
Nike,
Yeah.
just do it.
everyone would know. It's not that complicated.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're definitely
that's-
trying to.
That is literally the mission that we're on,
Yeah.
and we're on a mission to help other people build their brands.
Right.
Because like there's more addicts than I could ever serve.
Yep.
That are dying.
Yeah.
There's actually more people that are going to die today from fentanyl alone
Yep.
than I can house in my treatment center.
That's right.
100%.
So, that doesn't include the people that are going to die from DUI accidents, alcoholism, alcohol-related health problems. We can get into the meth because I had a friend die a year ago from meth abuse of 30 years.
Oh yeah.
His heart couldn't take it
take it.
anymore. He had gotten all swollen and
Yep, I've seen it. Yeah.
fucking went to bed and didn't wake up.
Yeah.
Actually, he died in the hospital because he did get to the hospital and he was in the hospital for a couple days.
Yeah.
But like his heart was just donezo. And this guy just like he did lines of meth every day
Yep.
since I was 13, and he died a couple years ago, and I'm 51. So that's a long time.
Right.
A long fucking time.
It makes me think of like our like hospitals. Like hospitals aren't necessarily like these cool niche brands,
Right.
but it's because when you move into a neighborhood and you have kids especially, you're like, where's the hospital?
Of course.
So, well, we don't do that with treatment centers. Like nobody's like aware of like, well,
Where's the
Where
treatment
are the
center? Where's the
treatment
local
centers?
treatment
Yeah,
center?
where is all that stuff?
Who's actually the best local treatment center?
Right.
And here's the problem too, though, with treatment centers, right? You can't go to Google and go, okay, Hope by the Sea. What's Hope by the Sea's reviews? Well, guess what? Hope by the Sea has been around for 20 some years, and we have treated tens of thousands of addicts. And out of those addicts, you don't think that a bunch of them got pissed off at us because we set boundaries?
Oh,
because you have to set boundaries with addicts. So if I have a 5-star Google review, I'm a little concerned as a treatment center owner if I'm looking at somebody's and I'm like, they got 55 stars, right? They haven't pissed anybody off yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
are you really treating people? Because
Who you pay for those reviews?
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
You know, like, but then again, I'm as the family, right? A family can't be like, this isn't a restaurant. You know, we're gonna have bad reviews.
Yeah.
So that's part of me being out here too, though, letting people know that you've got to be a brand. If you're a brand, nobody's gonna even go. No, you think anybody goes to Nike website and says, "Oh, I wonder what their Google reviews are." No, I like Nike and I like that shoe,
Right.
so I'm gonna buy it.
Right.
I can tell you that we give really good treatment here, and we care about the client more than we care about a dollar bill.
100%.
You know, and that's why I started my own little 6-bed treatment center, which is now turned into Hope by the Sea. It's 100 beds, all levels of care, which turned into the Infinity Group, which turned into NEM recovery centers and 7 other treatment centers in Southern California. You know, and again, I did that because I wanted to put client care first and really actually save lives and not lie to people to the best of my, I can't promise you that my salespeople don't lie every once in a while to get somebody in, but they get them in. Put together a really good clinical team. And we don't sell the beach or this or that. Like when they're talking to my salespeople, they're talking about therapy.
Yep.
They're talking about case management. They're asking you how much pain you're in.
Yep.
How can we help? We've been there. That type of stuff. I'm not selling massages. Massages aren't going to get you sober. You know, not massages by themselves. They're nice. They're nice.
Yeah.
I love a good massage. You like a massage?
I love a massage.
Me too. I like a good massage.
Yep.
You talked about that yesterday, weren't you?
I do.
Morning, when we were waiting in Dutch Brothers line for 47
Dutch Brothers in Laguna Hills.
I don't know
Because there's
where.
only one.
I don't know where.
It was a big mistake.
He woke up. He's
Oh,
like,
that
I gotta
one.
have. He goes, you drink coffee? I was like, yeah, I drink coffee. I was like, there's probably coffee in the lobby. He's like, no, I got to have the good stuff. And I was like, okay. So then we go to Dutch Brothers. I was like, I don't go there. But like, how long
There's
did we wait
only
in line?
one.
We waited 45 minutes.
40 minutes, right? So
I said, there's no way
I
it's
have
going to be
my
that
coffee
good.
at home. It's my
Yeah.
regimen every morning.
Yeah.
I didn't have it. And then they had like the little black.
Yeah,
I said,
yep,
you know what?
yep.
We're in California.
Yeah.
I want something good. And as soon as we ordered, I said, I regret this decision.
We're like an old married couple. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're killing me.
This is bad.
But
Fitness though. Fitness
Is everything.
is health is wealth, as Natalie always says. The one component that, and it's not AA's responsibility or the 12-step community's responsibility to do anything except for work on the inside, right? But I think as people with longer-term sobriety, it is our privilege and honor to show people that there's more than just the 12 steps, that we can actually
100%.
really take care of our outside and our our internal stuff.
right.
And take it to a different level.
But it's all mixed together.
It's
Mind,
all
body, and
mixed.
soul. Those are my things. Like all of them is from obviously internal is first. We have to remove the substance. That's one thing. But like once you remove the substance, we're still stuck with me. I am the problem. So that's where like going to treatment and like getting that clarity, then being with your therapist, your case manager, and like starting to like kind of slowly put things together. But I think it's not stressed enough where physical activity, it doesn't have to be like clang and bang, out of control, not knowing what to do in the gym. It's
Yep.
like very, very simplistic. Go outside, walk for like 30 minutes. It's proven by scientists and doctors the chemicals that it releases in our brain. All the ones that we go and we search for, pick up alcohol or pick up the dope, it's the serotonin, the endorphins are all releasing in our brain, which then gives us that feel good feeling that we're chasing anyways, because we don't want to feel. So we're trying to pick up and use.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it's like incorporating working out. It's imperative, I feel like, for you to feel the most. Well, it also instills discipline.
Yeah.
And then it builds these
To
esteemable acts.
Yeah.
To
That-
feel the most complete.
Well,
But-
and it builds your confidence. Like when you start showing up for yourself, and that's with the 12 steps. That's with like, doing those little daily habits whatever those daily habits are. But when you start to actually implement them and start showing up for yourself and doing the work, whether it's like your prayers, your meditation, however people's morning things, because everyone's going to be very different. We also stress that like sobriety is going to look very different on every single person. The only thing that I do think that is the main thing is a power greater than yourself, whatever that may be to you. Mine is God.
Yep.
And other than that, your sobriety journey and how your little regimen is going to be different than the next guy. But when you start doing those little things that start to work for yourself, like writing or, sitting just quiet, whatever it may be, then without you knowing, because it drops into our subconscious, you start feeling a little bit better. And it's because you're showing up for you. You're doing the things that you had set out that you were going to do. Like, it bothers me if I miss a workout,
Right.
Yep.
Right.
and then you start being like, oh my God, so now you don't want to feel that way anymore. So it's like, I'll drag my ass to the gym
Acceptance.
or not,
Acceptance.
So exactly. And we always say like the 12-step program, like it is super beneficial for people that are non-addicts or alcoholics as well.
Right.
Without a doubt.
It's just very much taking a look at being a better human being all around, and it's taking accountability. It's like moving, it's action, it's all of these things that I think are really important for just humans in general. So the fact that you guys are doing something where it is very much related to physical activity, it's big, because there's so many people that have like anger, aggression, and things that are within them. Or even there's been times that I've cried at the gym when I'm working out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but I will.
That song came on. That song came on, made you feel something.
Right. And it's
Yep.
like, I've never regretted a workout. I've never regretted going to an AA meeting. I mean, I bitch and complain about my program, which is ironic, and I feel bad that I do, but I do because I'm human. But
Right.
I'll not stop doing it, because the alternative is me being in jail or death.
Yeah.
That's it. Or in the loony bin. I ain't trying to go there. So it's like, which one are you going to choose?
Right.
And that's why, like, our facilities, like, they're very special to us. And I think that it's a shame that people look at treatment centers very differently than they do with somebody that is going to, like my this morning I took my dad to dialysis. It's the same shit. I got to get my medication too,
Yep.
where it's like, yeah, he has to go to dialysis or he will die.
That's right.
So it's the same thing for an addict. It's like, we have to do these little things or else we will either die or you will not live a fulfilled, happy life, because I've been a dry drunk too. And that is not fun.
Right.
It's miserable. So it's like having these conversations and having podcasts, and we're seeing a lot more popping up and people talking about not only the fentanyl epidemic, but also just addiction and alcoholism. I think it's so important because it breaks the stigma. Like you were saying, like I never got to meet my grandfather because he died from cirrhosis of the liver,
Yep.
which completely looks different than myself and my brothers being addicts to my dad. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it looks different amongst every human.
Right.
And the disease, because it is one, doesn't discriminate who you are. Doesn't matter. So it can be the guy underneath the bridge, but it can be the CEO of some Fortune 500 company and his kid on a
Right.
yacht. Doesn't matter. Doing the same
Right.
thing.
Totally.
And I think to bring it back to the fitness, right? Because I talk about this all the time. I remember when it was like a new addiction, right? I got sober.
Sure.
Dude, you're working out 4 times a day. I said, yeah, I'm working out 4 times a day, right? And it was so regimen.
Yeah.
And over the years, I found there's so many stages to it, right?
Yeah.
You work out for one reason. The first reason, I want to look good naked,
Sure.
right? I didn't.
Yep.
I look like shit. I want to look good with no shirt on. After a while, the confidence started to come. And when I walked into a room, I'm in sales, I would draw attention. I said, something's different, right? I'm getting closer to people. They're listening. Eyes are on me. It's starting to benefit me. Then I feel really good. I wake up and I don't want to lay in bed anymore, right? Okay, so I feel fantastic. My communication skills are better. I could focus more. And then there's that second where it translates, where I put so much discipline and time and energy into my physical, it snaps into my mental, right? And all of a sudden, okay, I did all of this, which I was in control of nothing. Now I realize I can be in control of my exterior. What if I take all this discipline and all the time and all the energy and put it into my head, right? What goals can I accomplish? What can I make happen? And after all that physical of all those years, it just clicks into that mental. And now I have this fire to accomplish goals and crush everything I want in my career, my family, my personal life, wherever it is. But I didn't know I was capable of any of that until I showed myself I was capable in fitness first.
Yeah. That's how I was when I went through treatment. I went through a 12-step based 30-day program. I went through it twice in the same year because it was a co-ed experience. So I fell in love the first time and the second time. But the first time when I fell in love, we got drunk together afterwards, as we do. It was at a place called Elephant Bar. And it was 3 months after. I was 3 months sober, and she pulled out little bottles from her car. And I was like, "What are you doing?" She was like, I'm drinking. And I was like, "Oh, I guess I'm drinking too then." So we kissed that goodbye. I got a little tipsy, and immediately this is why I like you. I'm like, well, I was definitely a blackout drunk, but I never become physically dependent on alcohol, right? I was all opiates and stimulants and things like that. So now I'm sober 4 months, and I drink a little bit. I lose my prefrontal cortex stops functioning, and I'm like, I need dope. So I was like, I got to go to the bathroom, and I left her. I've never seen her since. And I went right to a dope house, and I sat there for 6 months until I violated, and I had to go turn myself in. And then I went back to the same place.
I have a story very similar.
Right. And then I went back to the same place, and I freaking happened again. But this time my sponsor was like, that's fine. Like, you guys are in love with each other. Obviously that's magical for you guys. Why don't you not communicate anymore with each other? And if it's meant to be, you guys are going to both go through your IOP program together. You're going to live in your sober living. You're not going to communicate. You're not going to meet up. And her and I are still sober to this day. We learned how to have an adult relationship thanks to our sponsors who took us through step by step, day by day, and when that 3-month IOP was up, we met up, we hung out. Shocking. I was like, I don't think this is, you're a cool chick. Maybe it's not meant to be. And it was like, that was my first experience of like, okay, I get it now. Lust and love are different. So, dude, I don't even know where I was going with that. I just wanted to tell that story.
I mean,
It's a
it's a great story.
It's great because we always say, but we shouldn't 13th step because the stories are very similar. You have one as well.
I have many.
I only went twice.
Every time I went to rehab.
Right.
I mean, I have my daughter is a rehab romance. And like when I talk about that, because it would have been, it's over 25 years since that happened.
Yeah.
And I don't regret having a child. What I regret is that my child grew up without a mom.
Right.
Because of our poor choice of having a child.
Yep.
Because her mom never got sober.
Yep.
And I did.
Yep.
Thank God. But don't think I didn't screw her up too, because I relapsed in her teenage years, and that wasn't I regret that.
Yeah.
Like if I could take that back, take that pain away from my child, I would.
Yeah.
For sure. But everything good in my life is because she was born.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. When I went back out then, my kid was, how old was Kyler? When I went into treatment the second time, Kyler was 6. So I was in a hospital, the whole thing. He saw me in a wheelchair with my mom. It was, he remembers that and I don't. And it's fucked up.
Yeah.
And when I got locked up and I was coming off, because I had assaulted an officer, I'd actually tried to escape from jail. I was hallucinating and thought stayed overnight, like at a, ours is called like 4th Ave, like the Horseshoe. Like I sat in there just hallucinating my balls off, being really disruptive in the public, whatever, starting fights. And so they isolated me. In the morning when we get brought in front of, like the drunk tank gets brought in front of a judge, the room's like white tile, metal white benches. And I'm just tripping it. And I'm like, this is a gas chamber. I'm like, this is a gas chamber, right? And like, we're handcuffed. So I can't take it, like the anxiety, the paranoia. And so I run and I just kick down doors and I'm just fucking running. And then they come because you're not supposed to run. And like, I've seen the surveillance footage and I get into like some room and it's empty and there's like 8 officers with like tasers and cattle prods and stuff. And it's not cool. And I get thrown like into like this is not my psychotic break, believe it or not, but it's pretty close. And I get put in like a padded room. So then I come to, and that's where I sober up for the first time in a decade. It's just a mess, and what I'd done to my kid and like leaving him, like us, like I just vowed from that day. I was like, never again. I've just left this fucking wreckage and I've hurt these people, like my mom and dad and my brothers. And now they're divided. Nobody's showing up. My parents are labeled enablers by my brothers, rightfully so, but also they just don't get it, and it's like, if you keep doing this, we can't bring our kids over to your house. So now the whole family's separated. My poor son is at home with his mom who uses, and he's 6 at the time. And so then I finally pull it together. And really, like you guys, like I just vowed, like, I'm not doing that to him. You've done enough. And if I don't do anything else, it's kind of like that commitment. Like I made it just from that day on, I'm going to die sober.
Yeah.
If I don't do anything else with my life, for him, like I die sober and I've done something, cause it was so bad. So yeah, I mean, that was the turning point for me. And, that was it, man. I've never looked back, but like David, and where Barbell really comes from is treatment saved my life. Those counselors and therapists and people that, did that. The 19-year-old little white rapper kid that took me through my 12 steps.
Yeah.
Xander, shout out. I don't know what the fuck you're doing these days, but I hope you're still sober and kicking it. These people that came into my life early on that really saved me. Being the athlete, like I like leaned into fitness, man, like really leaned into it. I had no thought process about anything. This wasn't about this wasn't about aesthetics or It was like David said, it was a thing I could control. And yeah, dude, I mean, I built up self-esteem from it. I remember being like 6 months, 7 months sober, but just being like super fit though. It made me feel really confident, like in rooms, especially with like other adults and stuff. I'm like, I'm fitter than you at least. Like at least my
Nothing
I
else.
was like,
That's it.
There's that
If
fine line.
nothing else.
Might
like,
be a degenerate.
I can
but
bench
I
more
look a
than
lot
you.
better than you.
Yeah.
But really, like, I mean, it was like at least this thing, like, oh wow, like you, how much do you lift? You know, and like, and they were really impressed. Like, well, that's cool. Look, I mean, I don't have to make a bunch of money to impress people, but also, yeah, there was like this. One, it just really helped me regulate my emotions.
Yeah.
It really helped me build up my self-esteem. Like I said, it really helped me with my anxiety, which I struggle with. I mean, we went and worked out this morning.
Where'd you guys go?
EOS.
EOS.
That's where he
Oh,
goes.
I've heard of that. Oh, I've heard of that.
Where the heck
Yeah.
are you guys staying? What city?
California.
Well, you are in a weird part.
Yeah.
You are in
Yeah.
a weird part of California
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you could drive 1 mile, you're in a different city. You drive another mile, you're in a different city.
We're north on the
North.
5
Yep, what he said.
towards.
Well, I mean, if you were at a Dutch Brothers, unless they were you closer to the airport?
David, wingman.
Wait, where is EOS?
There's one
There's a
in
bunch.
Ladero.
It's a franchise. I
Ranch.
mean, there's like 1,000 EOS.
Yeah, in Arizona they're big.
Everywhere.
Right? They're all over the place.
I go to Lifetime up at my neighborhood because I live far, so that's where I go. Don't start. You gonna-
What? No, we go
There's
to
a
Lifetime.
Lifetime.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I was like, don't hate on it. I don't want to hear
Oh.
about it. It's too expensive. Or
Oh, I know. People
I don't have
always
a
say-
pool. It has a pool. The deal that we get from like my kid and my wife.
Well, I will
Dude,
tell you
I-
nowadays, people, a single member pays more than I do
Right.
for my family of 5.
Well, I'm
That's what I'm
about to
saying.
pop on your family plan.
Yeah.
Right.
I consider us family after this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
right.
Keep adding them $30 a piece or whatever it is.
I feel like you should get your membership for free.
I do too. Let's go talk to them.
Yeah, let's go talk to the I mean, you could be like, look, I post. Every time I come in, I'll post. Every time.
Yeah.
If you message the right people, somebody will give it to you.
I think so.
Okay, Chad, we're doing that.
Tell them you're special. That's what.
She
Totally.
is special. Like
Yeah.
short bus special, but I mean it's
I'll take
special and nonetheless, right?
Special.
Short bus is cool with me. I'll sit in front.
Isn't it like nice that you can have a relationship with somebody though and tell them they're on the short bus?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys do that with each other?
Yeah, I tell them he's on the show. Yeah.
A lot worse than that, man. Yeah.
I had
So-
to
so,
tone it
but-
down.
but
Teasing
let me-
him is like my favorite thing to do, but then I realized
Oh.
that it makes me look douchey. So it's like
On the phone when nobody's around.
that's what I mean. It's like the
Yeah,
thing. Like I like to mess.
Oh,
But I'm like, but I can't do that in
she
public because people are just like, what a jerk.
she bullies me so bad that that Emily's grandma is worried for her safety at work.
Wow.
So I just want
first
to.
of all,
What's
hold
your
on.
grandma's name? I'm gonna give you. Huh? Anne.
course
I
it is.
want to assure you.
Anne doesn't
that
watch any of the content then because she watched
protect
one reel.
I protect Emily at all costs against her bullying. and-
Okay, can we refrain from using that word? 'Cause that is
Strong
and
word.
Not only that, but if you're saying that I'm
Okay, so
bullying
do you guys
then you're a
consider it
puss.
like if you're at Costco getting groceries and somebody takes your items out of your basket and puts them in their basket, is that bullying or not?
No, it's competitive edge.
I think we call my generation call. Yeah, it's a competitive edge.
You're stretching there.
Lewis,
Was it like
bullying?
fresh produce? Was this like?
It was bagels.
There you go. Yeah, they were fresher, or they were the
No.
last ones.
Or did
No,
I
she
didn't want to
didn't wanna
go.
go
We're in a
back.
race. I'm trying to like beat everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We shop for our
We do a
houses.
Costco haul every win.
Context-
dang, I almost
context
said the day
matters.
again.
Well,
Context matters. If it was
Competitive
if it was a
edge.
race, then yeah, it's not,
If you need
Right?
help, Chad, just blink, man.
yeah, yeah.
Blink 3 times.
The hand gesture, like a hand gesture, like you could like signal. Is she hurting you?
Isn't there like a hand gesture?
Yeah, that's what I'm
for,
saying. There's like a hand
yeah,
gesture.
yeah, there
What
is.
is it? It's this.
What is it?
I mean, it's not funny. I shouldn't do it unless I'm really in danger. But like, I just
Right.
want people to know if you are out there and you're being bullied, like I am.
Yeah.
I can protect myself. Because I'm a bigger bully than she is.
And he's a man. So
Well, I
let's
didn't
also
wrestle
talk
in the
about that.
WWE.
I was waiting
though.
for it.
Like
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't.
I was waiting
I don't
for it.
have my own action figure.
Yeah, it's good. Fuck around and find out.
Yeah. Say it's fake. Say it's fake.
Yeah, right? We'll see.
Yeah, you'll find out real quick.
I can't do a backflip off of the. I probably could actually.
I think you would do well. He did a round off the other day off the dime where I was impressed.
Wow.
Don't you feel like I'm a little bit too short though for the WWE?
No, I think you'd be perfect.
But are there shorter guys
Yeah.
like me?
Dude.
But I have had to been a tag team though to win
Yeah.
the belt because I would have never gotten the Rock and those guys are.
That's because
big.
Vince really liked the look of a Hulk Hogan or that physique.
But like I look at the brother
Usos?
Jake's brother Logan Paul.
Oh yeah,
He's tall,
but he's not.
but
big
he's
yoked
not
out dude.
he's not Hulk Hogan
No.
or The Rock.
No.
But he's athletic as fuck and
Absolutely.
Well, I
Get
actually
down,
he's
you know?
he's actually doing. I mean, his like flips
No,
and
he's
stuff. He's
incredible.
doing like layout, full on. You know,
He's an athlete.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
how do they not get hurt though
They
landing
do.
on
Logan
those
did.
tables?
Logan got hurt. He had to get surgery on his knee.
Oh,
So they do.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
But they've done it a fuck ton of times.
she's telling me that
It is
the
like a
flo-
sport.
I always
It's like
thought
they're
I thought
very
the
good at it.
I
So,
thought
like,
the
they practice it,
floor
rehearse it.
doesn't it look like the floor is
Like
like flexible?
Yeah.
like more like soft.
It's soft. It's not.
It's not soft. It's plywood.
It's plywood.
Oh,
right.
is
It just
what?
has that give
It
to
just
it.
has like a
Is it
little
like
bit
a
of-
boxing ring? Just like a regular boxing?
I think it has a
No,
little
it
bit
has
more
more
give,
give.
more give
Yeah,
than
a little bit
boxing
more
ring.
give.
It definitely has
little
more
bit.
give, but
Yeah.
But it.
Now, do the
But you don't want it,
tables?
yeah.
They set them up so they fall the proper way and stuff, right?
No.
Yes, they do.
Okay. Have you seen some people try
She's
to
still
go?
under an NDA, man.
Have you seen them try to pull out those tables and not be able to prop them up? Because they're real tables.
right.
They're like.
What about the
but-
chairs when they hit
No,
somebody?
they're
with
real.
I like how there's the three dudes
The-
are arguing, of course, with the one actual professional wrestler. We're like, nah, I don't believe you.
Ever-
What do you know about this? Like, I don't even know. What?
Ever
think you
since
know.
that it came out where it's characters and everything is predetermined, so you know who's winning and losing,
Right.
and that you're not UFC where you're really trying
What?
to like knock someone out. Then everyone
I'm just
has
hearing
this
this-
massive
For the first
debate.
time. It's true.
But all the physicality is you're taking a clothesline, you're taking a back bump, you're running the ropes.
I ain't taking no back bumps. You front bump, yeah, but not a back bump.
You're more of a. You like front bumps?
I'm bumping.
Okay, now-
I'm doing
yeah.
the back
I'm the
bump.
bumper. Yeah, It's on this podcast.
I'm the bumper.
I just want to make
That's
it.
Chad. That's gonna be his name.
bumper.
The bumper.
Dude, that's
now.
a great name, dude. The bumper.
I just want to be
We have
very
totally
clear
derailed
that
this conversation.
I know, but like,
It's about fitness, though.
it is.
No, it is.
Let's
it
bring
is.
it back. It's the fitness.
There you
that
go.
we're here
I do
for.
want to
Yes.
bring it back because, like, the reason why you guys are here.
Yeah, for
is-
sure. I mean, if you want to talk, I mean, like, fitness is obviously important. Where we have taken, we said CrossFit. We said it. Okay, we said it. Everybody, calm down. It's freaking out in the audience who hates CrossFit. What CrossFit taught me early on in my recovery as someone who was heavily involved in like 12 steps. Right, I'm in these support groups. I'm there. I'm talking. I'm sharing. Incredible. Then one of my buddies brings me into a garage gym. And he's like, dude, I've been seeing you like on doing social and like you're like running fucking forever. You're lifting all this, doing this. He's like, come try this. So again, tying back to my sports background, I'd never heard of it. This is 2012.
Oh, right at the craze.
And
That's
I
right
didn't-
when like
it is.
CrossFit Box was like
Rich
the
Froning.
new. Yes,
That's right.
Yep.
I'd never heard of it before because I lived under a rock. And I went into this garage, no bigger than this. And it was like 6 or 7 people. You got like a mom, like a 14-year-old girl. You got like a 50-year-old woman. You know what I mean? Like it was like this, it felt like a 12-step. It was like, okay, just normal people. And then we did a really challenging like baseline test. And this was the first time that I'd seen kind of like the sportification of fitness in a community setting or in a group setting. And immediately, I was already at school to become like a personal trainer. I had like the goals of like going to LA Fitness and being a personal trainer.
Yeah.
So I was at one of the local community colleges and I was studying for like, the certification and doing nutrition and all that kind of stuff. And it was literally like, no joke. It was my first workout. I'm about a year sober and I do a baseline test. And I can remember I finished in 7 minutes and 14 seconds. And I'm just like covered in sweat. And I was like, oh, I get it. I love it. I was like, yep, I know what I'm going to do. 32 years old, went home to my mom and dad. And I said, I still see like the island, I'm like, I know what I want to do. And my dad, he goes, well, good. It's about time. And I was like, I want to own a CrossFit gym. And it was because it was in that small, dirty garage. And I talked to the owner, dude, and I was like, what is this? You know, I'm like, can I do this? And he was like, yeah, dude, it's like pretty easy. So it was the fitness part, which I'd already been doing, and on your own, you know, for your own personal, all of the benefits that come from it, science and mental health and physical health, all that shit, like that's great. But it was the community part of it that really captured me. And that's where the Barbell Saves Project is really a community, a fitness community, because now we even do yoga, breath work, and we incorporate that. But it's all an ongoing, like a 12-step or a church group. It's indefinite, right? So that's what we built. We built a free community of fitness for people in recovery. Now, we're not the first to ever do that. What we are the first to ever do is be able to bill insurance for it, right? So people saw what we were doing. It took a long time. We became this thing called the Community Service Agency and Access Arizona's Medicaid system. We were able to bill for that under peer support. So we built a gym. We do peer support services. We work with other treatment centers that service access clients. They come in during the middle of the day, and we run what we call private classes for those treatment centers and IOPs, and they get bussed over, and they come from all sorts of different centers and things like that. We work with adolescents. We do diversion, like after-school programs for at-risk youth, and that's growing and expanding. It even opened up a drug prevention coalition in our location. We service around 232,000 people in our area. We bring government, you know, all the information, all the most current and up-to-date information on fentanyl and, you know, how kids are using Snapchat and how all that stuff. So shout out Amanda, our director of our coalition. She goes out to all the local schools in our area, and she provides those to, you know, the students and the parents of the students to keep them informed and to keep them safe. And that's like super cool. So the community center does a whole plethora. Oh, I haven't used that word in like 20 years. Like a whole plethora of things. Like we do.
I love
so
that word.
much.
It's a great word.
God,
It's a really good word. Yeah.
It means a lot, right?
It's a lot.
Okay,
Sounds
good.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do so many different things, and we have such a great reputation that's just built on these connections, not only with our members, but with the other, you know, treatment centers and folks in the community. So that's really what we are at our core. And we're super stoked to now have our own OTC, our outpatient treatment center, and supportive housing. So we've opened up our first 2 houses, 10 beds. One's a veterans house, and yeah,
Aha, veterans.
right. Well, we have a couple of veterans.
Yeah.
We're also like we're mentors like in our court system. So our drug treatment courts, there's several, and we just help navigate people from the courts. So if somebody's like really struggling, it's really cool to see. And I don't know if you guys see this here, probably. The judges and the attorneys and the probation officers, like from when I was getting arrested 12 years ago, it was like, what you're doing is a crime. You know, you had meth in your pocket, you're going to prison. You know, all that shit, like very punitive. And now they're starting to change their tune. It's much more progressive, and I love it. They're like super educated. They sound like us all of a sudden. And we found ourselves in these courts, and we were like, I think I can help you guys. You know, our peer supports can come into these courts and help navigate these guys. You know, if somebody's now popped dirty like 5 times, and you would think that the courts know how to get them into a treatment center, they just don't really. So that's our role right now. We're the court mentors. We get badged by them, and we help navigate the 2 veterans courts, 2 adult courts, and 1 kids tried as adults court. Over 3,000 defendants, if you will. And we just put them in all the treatment centers that, you know, we as folks in recovery, like that we trust and that we would go to, right? We don't just send them to whoever.
You don't send them to 55.
So that's the
Right.
agency. So that's where the agency part comes from.
Yeah.
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 I
Well,
love-
yeah. So yeah,
'Cause
we
you're able to then be, whether it's like the court mentorship,
Mentors.
you're able to take whoever that person is that needs the treatment and then push them out to whatever treatment facilities that you trust.
just like you. I mean, like we're peers, right? So in our system, like the peer support thing is it's a thing. So I mean, you guys would be fantastic at it, right? If you were in court right now and some girl was popping dirty now, whatever, she's she's not doing great, you go talk to her after court and be like, hey, I heard what just was going on right there. I can help you. Like, do you want to I can get you a bed tomorrow at one of these places. And those are the places that you would go to because you guys are tied into the different treatment centers. And if you guys don't have a bed, then somebody else does. And so that's what we were like, we took advantage of that. It's like we have this great relationship as what's called a secondary provider where we know all these great treatment centers and we can just help coordinate them. So we're just pumping guys and gals into treatment right out of those court systems. And it's been really, really cool to see.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Okay, so how do we put some system like that? How do we bring Barbell Saves right out here to beautiful Southern California?
I hoped you'd ask that. No, I'm just kidding. No.
He was waiting.
He was waiting for that.
He already had it. He has a well.
like,
As a
"Actually,
matter of
I
fact,
have
I
it
have
right here."
It's like a
What's your
plan.
email?
Chat
It's
GPT.
just an upside down piece of paper. It's like that. Turn it over. You're like, that's a lot of zeros. No, that's our goal. So like what we're trying to do is, we want to become a nationwide brand. We want to bring this obviously into other states and just as soon as we can. I mean that's definitely a great conversation to have.
Yeah. We want to help you bring that brand out here to Southern California because I think that first off we're the Mecca, and I don't know exactly how it would look, but that's something that we could talk about off the air. But it could be humongous out here, in so many different facets. And like one of my things about building these brands inside of this industry is that I want to get rid of the people that aren't doing the right things.
Yep.
Like there are people that are dialed in with the courts and their treatment centers are terrible. And the courts don't know it yet. They just haven't figured it out yet.
He said it.
I say it.
You can. I'm still,
I tell the truth, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. There are people that are doing scandalous stuff and look and it's not like we're really trying to save lives.
Right.
I building a brand in this multiple brands in this industry is going to help us have a voice because like we actually don't have a voice right now. Like, I mean, it's starting. Because people's very predominant people's families have lost loved ones to fentanyl, but also mothers have lost loved ones to fentanyl, and they ain't. And you fuck with the mama bear.
Yeah.
That facing fentanyl. I mean, I think yesterday was Fentanyl Awareness Day. Or it's today. I don't want to sound like an idiot, but I don't know for sure. It's either the 21st or the 22nd.
Maybe through the magic of editing, we could just
the
say
magic of editing. You guys
today
can look
is.
up.
Yeah.
But my
ways.
point is like, the people that make the laws, sometimes overreact because of this, right? Sometimes the laws are being made because the insurance companies are not. They donate so much money. Like one of the most evil things, and I say this, and they're the ones that are help me continue doing this business, but they're evil. Like I can tell you right now, they've only paid me a fraction of what they owe me, and they're violating and breaking the law every single day because I have tons of claims out there that should have been paid a long time ago.
Yep.
That haven't been paid.
Yeah.
But they're big bullies, and I can't beat them until we get big enough to be able to have a voice up in there. But there are solutions to the problems, right? And I'm not going to voice them all here, but we have to collectively come together to there's becoming more of us.
Dude, I mean, we're in the same boat, and you're right. It's almost like we're going to all have to get together to make a difference.
Yeah.
And we're,
and know
this
that
seems radical, but it's like, it's a consumer business, right? And if you think of it like any other product, which sounds terrible, but stay with me. If you provide a quality product that the people want, right, and they're the ones that are picking it, then nobody above us can stop it.
Right.
And if we get together and we become the thing that people are like, I don't care about me, I want that. Like, that's what I want. Well, then they're going to have to eventually say, okay, right, you can't send us to that statewide facility bullshit that doesn't get the job done, or like everything's fucking virtual and like whatever, like you name it. And that's what we're seeing.
Please don't tell me virtual, because
but the
I
client
can't
doesn't
stand
want to do
people
it.
that do virtual. Like
Right.
virtual does nothing in this industry. It takes human touch
Right.
to heal another human's internal pain. You can't do it. I'm sorry.
Well, that's why we're in, like, I mean,
You can do some
we all
things
love AI.
virtual.
Like, I know this guy, like, it's super cool and all the stuff it can do. My brothers both, I won't tell you who they worked for, but they'll be the first to be like, oh, our jobs are screwed, but Rob's is fine, right? Because people are always going to, like, especially people with mental health issues and behavioral health issues, like, they're going to need social connection, and it's you will only make the problem worse or exacerbate that issue if you don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the numbers will not lie, and that's why we're starting to see such a disconnect, and you know, these things aren't nearly as effective as they used to be. And yeah, that's but again, I'm not just going to shit on everybody, because one of the reasons why we've been so effective in the courts is, again, because good on the courts for recognizing they're not the people we're recommending, who we've been told to recommend services to, they're not keeping up their end of the deal, and they're not doing a great job. And I know it because these clients are coming back and they're the testimonies, and the clients are coming back and they're saying, I'm not getting what I need there. And then the courts are trying to communicate and they're not getting communication back. And like, you know, there's definite proof or evidence to support that. So then when they start working with us and the testimonies start coming back, right, we're in the courts, and like, the Barbell Saves Project is saving my life. They're helping me so much. They're getting me a cell phone when I need one. They're walking me through the entire process. These like little simple things. They're helping me figure out transportation. I'm finding a place to stay in, 24 hours. I can get into a detox center. I can, all these things. It's not just, I recommend that you call this number or something. It's like, I'll go with you. I'll go with you. I'll drive you to it and drop you off and sit there with you. Dude, I was sitting with one of our buddies, like, and I just sitting next to him, waiting for him to get in. But that's, I think that's the other thing. It's like, I like that it's easy to villainize people, but people that aren't addicts don't understand what it's like to be an addict. And so if you put a bunch of people who aren't addicts in charge of helping addicts, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for us.
It doesn't
right?
work.
Like,
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
But they're like, I don't understand why barbell is so effective in the courts. And I'm like, you ever been addicted to drugs or alcohol? They're like, no. I'm like, then you just don't worry about it. You're not going to.
Yeah, you'll never.
But as long as a
understand.
guy like David is the one who walks up to you after you're when you're high and you're sweating bullets in court, and he's the guy that approaches you like, hey, I've been there, dude.
Like,
And I can tell you're high, and they're like, and you just go, okay, yeah, I am. Like, that's cool, man.
like
I'm not a cop.
Normal.
Like, I'm gonna help you.
Yeah, like, bro, I've been there. I've actually sat in that same seat where you're sitting right now.
Yep.
I know what it feels like. I know how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Right now. Yeah. And like that, and we are. It says it in the Alcoholics Anonymous book, and that we're uniquely qualified.
Dude, that's my freaking word. That's what I love. Damn it, I should have said that first.
You can say it 2 more times and then it's yours.
Yeah,
it is mine.
Every time.
That's why I felt like I came up with that. I was like, I'm uniquely qualified for this.
You are. Like,
Yeah.
we are uniquely qualified to help other people that are suffering with the same thing that's the only reason why I'm still left here.
Yeah.
Because I shouldn't even be here. Like, I shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here. Fucking fentanyl, bro. It's Russian roulette every time you take it.
I know, bro.
Every single time you take it. Like, I get scared more so now when people like want an AMA or ACA treatment, if they've been here for 15, 30 days.
Yeah,
I'm ready
system.
because, like,
that first one,
bro.
Yeah, and then you get the phone call.
I've gotten a phone call.
I know it. Me too. It's that 15, 30 day where you're like, they think they're feeling it, that little silver lining. I'm gone. I said, brother, you're not ready. And then all of a sudden, they found him at a bus stop or something like that.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part, working in behavioral health. Newly sober, having to take the dope off of him the first time I had it in my hand again. right? I didn't touch it, and then I'm confiscating 30 pills off of you, and then they're feeling good. They got a little bit of medication they take off, and I said, what happened? And they do a walkthrough, and he was right up the street, because it's so dangerous. That few days you sweat it out. It's like starting from square one.
Yeah.
And you don't know if that one, I've done 20 to 30 pills in a day, and then I've done one where it was, I
Couldn't move.
I pulled over on the side of the road, and I was slumped over my steering wheel for 2 hours on my lunch break, an hour and a half across town. And I woke up and she wasn't there. And I was like, one pill. And I've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
And I said, but I've done so many. And then I won. And I called her. I said, where the fuck did you go? She goes, I thought you overdosed. I said, well, I appreciate you taking care of me, man.
Yeah, you got some Narcan next time?
Yeah.
Bring the fucking Narcan next time?
Yeah.
No, because that's like, that's how it is. It's, these pills are being pressed in Mexico, and nobody's regulating the pills. We all know how much it takes to kill somebody with fentanyl. It's like 2 grains of salt.
Yep.
Right.
Like 2 grains of salt. And, if you've been actively using, those 2 grains of salt might be fine for you.
Sure.
But if I take it today, I'm dead. For sure.
For sure. And you're mixing it, like I've seen it, right? In a truck, mixing it in a bowl, you press it. This one has 100 times more than this one. They're exactly alike. You have no idea.
They look exactly alike.
I've seen it 100 times out there right in front of me, right? They're going, they're good, and now I'm like, oh, they're dead, right? And I was just extremely grateful for all the years that I did it. It was very new. I see now, especially in Phoenix, just driving around, and it's so overran. The cops are driving past, and I'm like, you don't see the tray, and there's so many of them.
Bro.
Yeah.
When I was getting loaded in those days, if the cops drove by and they thought we were doing something suspicious, they were
100%
pulling us over.
Searching.
And if we were running or we were sticking it up our butt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's nothing.
How gross is that? Like, like I've done drugs that have been up somebody else's butt.
Yeah.
Have you done that before? Trust me, you have. If you did cocaine, it was probably up somebody's butt at one point.
That's how I got here. How they make it. How do you think they press pills? It's like one dude really strong, but
one guy.
There it is.
Nah,
They come out the best shape for me. No,
that's a clip, Lewis.
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah. No,
I'm kidding.
Yeah, so I mean, like, again, in that treatment space. Now, we didn't build it with any strategy involved. I mean, it was just like, looking for and identifying like a need. Not to sound dorky, but like, I wanted to be that piece in these treatment centers. I wanted to be that piece like in the 12-step groups. I just wanted to add that group fitness thing to people's recovery, and I saw that it wasn't there. It wasn't there like in a structured way, right? Where it was like you get, again, that like high-end experience. So the gym that we have, we'll just say it's $1 million facility, and this is for folks that don't have the means to pay for a membership, let alone a vehicle to drive to the gym. So when they walk in the doors, they feel like incredibly valued, right? Everybody from like that comes through, doesn't matter. Like when you guys come, you'd be like, wow, this is cool. And that's the whole idea, is I want them to feel valued from the moment that they walk in. I want them to keep checking themselves like, this is free. And it is. And you can come here as much as you want to for as long as you like. And you're going to have folks with lived experience working with you, being your mentors. We can help you navigate life's problems, your personal problems, your professional problems, whatever it is, and wherever you're at. And in 2 years or 3 years, I mean, we've got folks there that have been there now for 5 years, and they've done 1,000 classes and things like that. Yeah. And it's about, just because we get sober for a year or two doesn't mean life's not going to cause you to suffer again. We're going to lose a parent. We're going to lose our kid. We're going to go through a divorce. Shit's going to get hard. And if you're not a part of a supportive community, like a 12-step group, or you're not in a church group or something like that, well, that's where we see it, right? You go through, you get 6 months clean, you get the get well job, you're working nights now, you're not really connected anymore, and boom, you're right back out. But it doesn't have to be that way. Relapse can be a part of the story, but it doesn't have to last as long as it does. You know, if you got a supportive community around you, it's like we've gone several times in the middle of the night, like somebody's nodded off in a gas station, like go get them, go get them. Like let's fucking get this done. Bring them back and take care of them, and get them back in the gym. It's right back to it. You know that professional sports, a handful of them, hockey, soccer, and another one. They don't punish people for using. They give you a deal right when you sign your contract, and they say if drugs and alcohol become a problem for you, someone's going to show up at your door, and when they show up at your door, you're going to go with them, and if you don't go with them, you will never play soccer or hockey again. No one will know about it, but it'll be your deciding moment right then.
I love that.
I know, it's fucking great. And so somebody will show up at your door, even if it's Christmas, and be like, we're going right now. We're going to Florida. And they take you to a special place and they put you in treatment.
Yeah.
And then like 2 days later, you're in treatment, but you're on a soccer field or you're on the ring and you're getting thrown right back into it. Like, let's go.
Yep.
Your relapse doesn't have to be the end, or this doesn't have to be the end for you. Yeah, it's like not everybody kind of
awesome.
knows that. So it's pretty cool.
Wonder which major sports have that. NFL?
He only said
No.
the hockey and
No, hockey, soccer has that.
NBA?
Well, anytime you see somebody being like
NBA, man.
outwardly
Those
punished for drug
motherfuckers are
abuse.
drinking on the court.
On the
They're
court.
doing-
I've
doing,
watched the stories, man.
cocaine.
Yeah.
Dude, that one
I mean,
guy
how
was
many
like taking
times
pills
did-
like oxys, and he was like running out. He was like a Bulls player, and he would like run out to the corner right before the game, and his dealer would drive up,
Yeah.
and he was like a starter for the Bulls.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that would have been me. I would have done that. But yeah,
I was a non-functioning addict, and I like to do meth, so I didn't eat. So
right.
athletics went right out the door at that time.
door.
Yeah, that's right.
Can't.
Yeah, I wasn't fit. I was
No, me either.
in my early 20s. After sports, I drank a lot, and I did a lot of opiates, like pills and stuff. So I got real big. It was like 260, 270 pounds. And then a girl that I was working with at McDonald's was like, so my dealer
At
had gotten-
McDonald's?
At McDonald's.
Nice. You work McDonald's?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I went to Hamburger University. I was doing great. No, I mean, I was thriving.
He was a manager.
I was working on it. I wanted to be. She was she was a dealer. She dealt meth and did other things. And she could see that I was struggling. She was trying to help me out. I was doing the Suboxone thing. And she was like, my sister cured her opiate addiction with meth. I was like, great, I'll try it. Never done it before. Did it one time. And I did not ever go back to opiates. So I really...
You had a new addiction. It was
super
called
effective.
meth.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I hear that so much, man, and then I'd be withdrawing off of an opiate, and I said all I got is meth, and I'd do a bunch of meth, and I said now I'm just withdrawing on meth,
Right.
And it's 10,000 times worse.
Yeah.
And I said everybody, it was horrible. I was like, all right, well, and then
You're
I
not
never
supposed to
learned.
stop. The
Yeah,
problem,
probably-
if you're going to go.
yeah.
You got to
if
just keep going with the meth, dude.
I was a quitter.
That was
Yeah, you quit too soon.
That was it. That was it.
Man, guys, I really enjoyed you coming out here and doing this podcast. I feel like this could turn into another episode because there's so much more to this that I could keep going.
You guys should come to Phoenix.
Well, we will definitely
come to a
do
class.
that.
Yeah, definitely. I brought you guys some shirts, and I actually brought you shirts like this one that say Coach on the back.
Oh, sick.
So that when you guys come down and you guys participate, it would be really cool because I know how much...
Dude, I fell in love with CrossFit. So that was like
I keep calling her... I'm not... I mean, you're an athlete. She was like a professional.
She was a pro.
So,
She was a pro athlete.
right. So
Yeah, I'm.
you guys are coach status.
I'm athletic, but I'm not a professional athlete.
Right. You could be if you wanted to.
I could have been.
Yeah.
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 And a couple of sports. None of them the major sports,
Gymnastics.
but the weird shit. I gotta tell you guys some weird shit.
Gymnastics?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, talk to me.
Do you run like a gymnast? Your arms straight?
I just no, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't run at
Yeah.
all. 'cause
Yeah, he does.
Unless
does.
unless the police
You
are
do.
chasing me. Huh? I run when the cops come.
Like a gymnast, though. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, you can look at our last Costco haul. I was running through the Costco parking lot, and then
saw
I busted a fucking. You saw that?
I saw, yeah.
Yeah.
I
It
It was
like
better
that,
than
yeah.
mine. I was impressed.
I
gonna
think
say
it was,
anything.
too.
Whoa.
I was about to do a backflip too, but I didn't want to. She can't do the backflip, so And I was a little worried because I haven't done
You
one
wanna
in a
show her?
while, and concrete hurts.
You're a liar.
Wow.
Stop it.
I could do backflip. You don't believe me?
Prove it.
You know what? We're
Let's
not.
go
it's Friday-
downstairs
It's
on
Friday
the-
Yeah,
night.
we're doing
I
it
ain't
right
trying
now.
to go to the ER.
You know the mats
good.
downstairs? We have those mats. I could do one down there.
Were you a gymnast?
Yeah.
Like
Before he
until like
got on the pipe.
yeah, 7th grade.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
And I feel like those
My brother
formative.
said that he was like, when he was talking about it, because he's seen it, and he's
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck?" And then I told him about being a gymnast, and he's like, "Oh, I could see that."
Yeah, that's
Which
badass.
one, Nick?
What?
Who, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nick met
totally.
me in person,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was funny though because I used to really have like more of a gymnast body where I was like my shoulders
Yeah.
were big and then I V'd and then my legs were not like I wasn't like the biggest lower body. I was terrible at the rings though. I was
Yeah.
really good at floor stuff and the not the horse but the one where you run,
Yeah.
jump
Oh,
on it and
vault.
do the vault.
No shit.
Yeah.
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 Dude, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
I love the vault.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick.
Right. Because it's super risky.
How?
Right.
But you
I
like you
that
could
one.
really like fucking
really
land,
whip yourself and you can't see what the hell's happening and like
and
that's my
you but
favorite.
you land this landing's really padded and soft
Yeah.
unless you miss, then you're fucked.
My wife, shout out to Lauren, my wife, the love of my life. She was a gymnast all through high school. And then her diving coach, I think something like her gymnast coach was like, if you convert to diving, she's like, you'll get a scholarship. And so she dropped gymnastics, became a diver in high school. And within like 2 years, she got like a full scholarship, D1 school.
Savage.
Yeah. And she was, she was a collegiate diver. And yeah, she,
Nice.
Diving.
Badass.
I love watching diving.
Diving
too.
is
That shit's
scary
sick.
though because like that it hurts when you miss your dive.
she said it was never not scary. Right?
Yeah.
Like she really, she doesn't miss it. It was like, it was
Sure.
every time. It was terrifying. Even at meets, like when other divers would dive, my wife would not look.
Yeah.
Right? She's a gymnast. Like she just got out there to do the thing and get what she.
That's funny.
needed from it.
My son's girlfriend did diving not all through high school, but until a certain point in high school. Neither one of them got an athletic scholarship, but
Yeah.
they both go to Baylor University.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's the number one. Well, they're sophomores now, but her freshman year, she was the number one freshman at Baylor University. My son's girlfriend,
Wow.
So-
Academically.
academically. Yeah,
Yeah. Impressive.
pretty dope.
Impressive.
Dang.
Guys,
We're gonna have to go out to AZ.
yeah,
Continued. Stay tuned for
it's not like we
two.
haven't been there before.
And my brother.
And we literally know the hotel that we like too.
Yeah, we do.
What was it called? No, don't say it. Don't say it.
Okay.
Because weirdos come and show up at the door for you. Seriously, last time we didn't even say that we were where we were at, and we pull up after friggin' Wade dropped us off at the airport.
Yeah.
And some dude standing out there with a bunch of pictures and
No shit.
out front of our hotel for her to sign. Yeah.
God. I hope we.
WWE
Hey, I hope
first
someday
best
we
man in the
reach
world.
that level where
Me too. I'm
Yeah.
still waiting.
where dudes are
So-
waiting for us with
Yeah.
our. With
Yeah.
Jealous.
That
It
would be
never
so
happened to
great.
me before.
I did have the pleasure. I'll say this one last time. I did have the pleasurable experience of, because I was with her. People thought that I was Pitbull at the
Yes.
Daytona 500.
Yes.
I had Pitbull glasses on. I had this NASCAR.
Yeah,
We're walking around, and like 5-6 people ran up to me to take selfies.
Oh, I
It was
love it.
fucking dope.
Just let it happen.
Love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They didn't say, hey, they weren't like the first person comes up and like Pitbull, and I was like, I'm not Pitbull, and our old co-host was like, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Stop it. So I took the picture. The next 4 or 5 people that
Sorry
ran
to that person. They're gonna be so upset when
Huh?
they get home.
Oh,
they
man.
get played with
Yeah.
the next
like,
4 or
"You're an
5
idiot."
people, nobody asked me who I was. So I thought they were just had watched the podcast.
Right.
And we're coming up and like we're like this Chad, the host of the Hopeaholics podcast, right? Right, Lewis?
Like we've done it, guys. Like
We
oh my
fucking
God.
made it.
We made it.
We have
Natalie.
made it.
We made it.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
You guys have made it.
Thanks.
You guys have made it.
You guys have me.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
All right, good talk.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Take a picture right